So, headed to Libby, Montana right now to work on the bus. When I purchased it about a month ago, I just didn't have a place to store it. But where I bought it from, it's called Harlow Bus Services in Libby, Montana. Jeremy, the owner, super nice guy. If you guys have any questions, just look up Harlow Bus Services in Libby, Montana. The guy's awesome. But he really hooked it up. He's going to allow me to work on it in the yard up there in Libby for the next few weeks while I keep on working on getting this place set up to be able to store it for the next few months. But yeah, I'm headed up there. Brought my generator, all my tools, everything I need. We're gonna get this floor ripped out, and from there, we're gonna start building something amazing. Finally made it to Libby. It was a good drive. It's always a really pretty drive, as you will be able to see in the video. But now we're gonna get on the bus for the first time. So when I bought this bus, I hadn't actually been inside of it. The guy who was purchasing it before me, for whatever reason, wanted to use it for storage for a short period of time. And he did the great thing of obviously taking all the seats out of it, except for these two that are up front, which is awesome because that saves me a ton of work. But as you'll be able to see by the floor, it is disgusting. It is very dirty. He had everything you could imagine in here when I looked at it from the outside before. It had metal. There's potting soil up there. It had old stuff. It kind of smells like cats. Thankfully, we get to rip everything out of here and completely redo everything, paint it. There's no leaks. A couple of the windows were kind of open, which is, understandable, I guess, when the bus been sitting for a couple of months, if they just didn't get pushed up all the way. But I don't see any leaks coming from the ceiling. I do see a few of these good little guys. From the summer. Looks like there were some bees in here at some point. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take out these first two seats, and then we're going to give this thing a nice sweep. Actually, probably the very first thing I'll do is I'll probably get the generator fired up. I'll probably get this bad boy fired up, and we'll go through and clean it up a bit, sweep it up a bit, and then start ripping out this rubber in the subfloor, and get down to the metal, and then we'll grind the heck out of that. Get ready to paint. Some rust stop on there from Rust-Oleum. There's these two heaters. There's this heater and there's this heater. The frames, as you can see, are partially unscrewed anyways. We'll get those unbolted from the floor, and then this rail on the side, which is where the coolant lines run from the engine all the way back here. That's how these old buses were heated. That's actually how all buses are heated. Is they utilize the heat from the engine and dissipate it up through these big lines, run them, filter them through the heater, and then the heater actually is just an electric motor that's blowing the heat that's being put out by the coolant lines. Once we get them out, we can then start tearing out the floor and but they'll be loose, and we can lift them up and kind of maneuver them around. And then again, once we get to the metal part of it, we're just going to grind the heck out of it and get it ready for to put the Rust-Oleum rust stop on there and go from there. So sounds fun. Let's get the generator set up. So, pardon the sweatpants, pardon the hoodie. It's a little big for me. I lost about 8 pounds here in the last 6 weeks or so, so my clothes are a little baggy. But let's get this bad boy cleaned up a little bit, swept up, get these 2 seats out, see where they go from there. Alright?
On top of broken trust, the lessons that you taught me, I learned were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shout the door and open up my mind. Paper bags and angry voices under a sky of dust. Another wave of tension has more than filled me up. On my talk of taking action, these words were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away.
So, I grinded all the bolts off of this, and for whatever reason it's still stuck. It's like it's welded. There's like a welded piece up underneath the seat there. So, it's going to tear it off.
Open up my mind. I'm gonna run away and never say goodbye. Gonna run away, gonna run away.
It's also worth noting, it's way warmer in here than I was expecting it to be. I wasn't really anticipating, when I bought this, I didn't realize that it had this side door, so we're going to have to do some adjustments to our plan. But I have a bunch of ideas. I'm going to take a few measurements here real quick so I know exactly what my distances are. But super excited to get all that stuff put together. This is from the front. A ton more space is opened up with moving those front seats. Cleaning it up helped out a ton. Have to figure out something better for those steps. My feet are a little too big for those little tiny kid steps. Today was a pretty good day, I think, even though I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I did get these seats out. I did get it cleaned up, which was good. Gave me a really good idea of how much space I have to work with, which is really important. More importantly, doing a skoolie project or doing a project where you're renovating a school bus into a tiny home or an RV, it's a really big project. And if I was working in my own space and I could keep on going, I definitely would. But, you know, just out of respect for Arlo Bus Services, we're going to shut it down for today. So I got about 4 hours in. I didn't get a ton done, but I did get everything staged. I got the generator all set up, got all my power scenarios set up. Got my tools put together. I know exactly what I need for the next time I come back. Doing a skoolie project or converting an RV into a tiny home is a really, really big process. So knowing exactly what I need to do for the next time that I come is really, really going to be helpful. If you like this video, if you like what I'm working on, subscribe, share it on Facebook, share it wherever, give a thumbs up. I appreciate everyone who watches. It's been, again, a really, really fun process to get started. I'm looking forward to it. The next 3-4 months is going to be pretty big in terms of the amount of work that I have to do, but it's going to be really fun as well. So stay tuned, and I'll keep uploading videos.